Welcome to the big show.
He could go all the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Bitch, I hoop. Roll Brody driver, Brody shoot. I keep spinning on this homies, he think he stuck in the loop. Bitch, I'm a troop. And I run with soldiers like salute. Give it empty, take them out, bitch. Look how you made a noose. These niggas loose. Niggas lost their mans and want a truce. Niggas tried to double down, we doubled up, we double do, say 22. I be spinning hoes and spinning you. Then I catch you in that ride without no ride, we into you. We're sending you. The day I bump into you, 556, you better move. 55, you better move. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. You false flag, I'm scared of you. Scorch who you, Betty Boo, 268 can get it too. Baby J can get it too. Niggas acting like they know me, they don't know they self. Talking like they own that when they homie got put on the shelf. Rapping like they clapping whole time, them niggas got the belt. Talking about day ones, niggas really when it got some help. Niggas ain't no shit before the beef, I had a blick. They keep telling me to calm it down, I'm chilling like a bitch. So wick, but when you catch a whole whip, it's so pole and cold bitch. Gotta keep a cold bitch, just my hoe is your bitch. She laughing cause she know shit, she ain't shit, she open. That is not my bitch, I beat her back, she call me boo. He say he slapped the whole room, I press ass like who? Raise your hand, I better bend before he land that nigga through. Watch bro, press his man.
BTA, walk in your trap, take over your trap. They better hope I find this flag.
What is up, Rundown? Welcome to episode 40. Is it 48, Chris?
It is 48, man.
48. We're 2 away from the big 5-0. Welcome to episode 48, everybody. It is semifinal playoff week here for the PFA, and as always, I am Brian Mitchum, Director of Media Development. With me, as always, Chris Cousins, Director of Podcasting. Hope everybody is having a great week. It's Wednesday. We are doing the show on a Wednesday to try to help out the teams that have practice on Thursdays so they can be able to view the show since we're doing awards tonight. It's kind of important they see that because we're doing it for them. So we moved it from last week to this week, and here we are. How's it going, Chris?
Man, it's going good, man. I can't believe, like I said the last time we were on the show, the season is definitely twinkling down. I said before, we were talking back behind the scenes. We got 3 shows left in this season,
including today's,
then,
right?
Including today's, and then it is over. Then we take our hiatus, our much needed vacation into the sunset, but not before we crown a champion. And that's what I'm excited about, because this year we added a lot of new dogs to the kennel, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. I think we have top 4 teams in the region, Midwest region, and they're going to battle it out to see who's number 1. A lot of teams got beat during the regular seasons, but it doesn't matter anymore. It's playoff time. Okay? It's playoff time.
Let's take a look at the playoff bracket here, Chris. So obviously we know that the Bills they decided to not travel, we're going to be able to travel to Racine to play in the playoffs, which we get it. It's unfortunate, but it happened. Nothing we could do about it. No shade at Mikey and the Bills. We all know that he had a rough season, and it's tough to travel for any team. That being said, it's basically a rematch of last week's games. Number 1, Motor City Rams host number 4 seed Racine Raiders. They were number 4 by 1 point. If you need proof, you guys can do the calculations. It's all on the website. So no one gave no one gave anybody any points, like I seen posted on Facebook. I wasn't going to say anything about it. I won't mention names, Chris, but I'm kind of aggravated, and it kind of pisses me off. So I'm gonna say something about it.
But it's like, why would we do something like that? You know what I mean? Like, why would we?
The fact of the matter is, the Raiders didn't score enough damn points, and the Bison scored more than them. It is what it is. That's why we say score more. You can't have a bunch of games where you only score 6 points, 3 points, 12 points, and then be upset or throw shade at the league or whatever because you're number 4 and you have to travel 2 weeks in a row to Detroit.
You got it, man.
It is what it is. Got it. Shoot me, get mad at me for saying it. I don't care. It's our show. I'm going to say it. But anyways, number 2, Detroit Ravens host the Bison again. Bison have to travel to Indy or travel from Indy to Detroit again to do rematch. Now, Chris, what are the possibilities of the championship game? It's either going to be in Michigan or it's going to be in Indy. Once again, it will not be in Wisconsin. Those are the 2 choices.
I think that's what they're really sad about because Racine championship pedigree team has been hosting championships these last couple of years, and this year, unfortunately, you're going to get a year off. All right, so
you joined the league with the big dogs, and not only one big dog gets to host the championship game in 3A and 2A, and this year is not Racine's turn. Great, no shade to them. They're still a great team, and
still a great team.
I'm fingers crossed. Always upset for an upset. We always like to see some upsets, shake it up a little bit. We'll see how it shakes out on the
And that's the thing too. Like, you have rematches now of the previous games that were already played. We know that Motor City was able to come back against Racine and beat them at home in their final game of the season, as well as Detroit Ravens were able to beat Indy. But again, this is playoffs. Full rosters usually show up in the playoffs, and that's what's going to happen in this game. So a lot of things can happen that didn't happen, 2 weeks ago. We might see an upset. Indy might play better than they did in the last game. Racine might hold on to the lead that they had in that game. You never know. That's why you play the games. All right.
And we do know that the Raiders did have a lot of injuries in the midseason, so they have a lot of players coming back that could be the key. We know last week Andre Locke wasn't quarterback. He played defense. Right. I think I saw some of his stats. Not sure why. I did see that he's going to be back at quarterback this week. Will that make a difference? I'd like to think so, but we don't know until Saturday. The Rams are 10-0 for a reason. They're the defending champs for a reason, so like I said, the championship goes through them. If you want to get into the championship game, you got to beat them. And that's the only way you're going to get there is to beat the Rams. And the same with the Bison. The Bison, were, top team for the first half of the season. They had some struggles, a couple of losses. And they did have a couple of games where they didn't get to play because of forfeits. That's unfortunate. So, and I'm sure they had some injuries that were trying to recover. So maybe they'll get some returning players that were injured and some key players to help out there. Could we see some upsets, Chris? Never know. Any given Saturday, right?
Anything can happen on any given Saturday, and that's why I like the last 4 teams that we have. All 4 teams, are dogs. I would take all 4 teams against anybody outside of the PFA any day of the week, any time of the month, period, flat out. So to have these 4 as our final 4 in the semifinal round, going back head-to-head, again, like you said, in order to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And right now, that is what Racine is going to try to do. And Motor City is trying to solidify themselves yet again that the first time was not a fluke. 2 weeks ago was not a fluke that they came back down. I want to say they were down 17 points.
They're down big in the half, yeah.
And came back and won that game against Racine. So here we are again, them trying to prove to not only us, but the world that they are who they say they are. They are the BTA boys. And then on top of that, Detroit is trying to make it back to the championship that they lost last year against Motor City. So we might have a rematch of last year's championship, or we might have new faces in the championship. That's what makes this so exciting when it comes to these teams in playoff time. All right. I don't expect blowouts. Let me just put that out there. I don't expect blowouts. I expect physical, close games this weekend coming up. Both games are, like Brian said, are going to be in Detroit. So if you're in the Detroit area, hey, you're not doing nothing this weekend, man. Go check out a game. Good pro advancement football being played this weekend. I guarantee it.
But for the championship game, I will say Chris and I will both be in attendance for the championship game, whether it's in Michigan or Indiana. I'm closer to Michigan. I'm closer to Detroit, so I'm kind of hoping it's in Detroit. But I will drive to Indianapolis to the championship game if need be. So if it would have happened to be in Racine, I don't know if I would have been able to get there. But what'd you say, Chris?
Columbus. I'm in the midway point now because I'm like in Columbus, so I'm still far away from Michigan, and I'm still a little bit far away from Racine. So from Indianapolis. So either way, the rundown, both of us finally. This first of all, let's clap up the historical part of that. Finally, the rundown. Both of us will be in the house together, live streaming the football championship game for the 3A National Midwest Championship. Me and Brian have never been able to actually be together in person for a live stream. So again, this is very monumental for us and the show. Also, I know for a fact, either way, we will be joined by none other than National Players Association. My man D Smooth will definitely be in the building as well. We are in talks with him right now, trying to figure out how we're going to, put things together. He's going to be at the championship game either way. So I'm going to have 3 commentators that you guys love and let hear our voices. And we're going to be in the building for this big game, big matchup on August 2nd. So set your calendars. August 2nd, 2025. Game's probably going to start at 7 o'clock, like always. So make sure you set your calendars, get a babysitter, do whatever you got to do. But make sure you tune in to the live. You're not going to want to miss the championship game on August 2nd.
But that is the look at the semifinals for the 3A 2025 PFA Midwest Championships. Like I said, 4 teams left. Only 2 can survive. So we'll see who survives on Saturday night when the final buzzer goes off on both of those games. And of course, you'll be able to see both both those games streamed live. When the Racine Raiders travel, they do not charge you for the streams. So, and the Rams will have a stream, I'm sure, so you can watch it there. Not sure about the Ravens. I think they charge a couple bucks. So if you want to see those games, pony up a couple bucks, and
Yeah, make sure you guys. Hey, if you're in the chat, man, I know I see some Rams in here, but if you're in the chat, tell us who you think is gonna come out victorious this weekend. Drop a score or just drop a team that you think is gonna win, and let us know who you think might win it all as well too. I'll probably put a poll up this week to kind of gauge and see who everybody is looking forward to or who everybody thinks is going to win. But I am going to say personally, I do think, call me crazy. I mean, you called me crazy before, so it doesn't really matter. But I definitely think that we probably are going to have a rematch of last year's championship game. I think it will be the Detroit Ravens against the Motor City Rams. And that's no shot at Racine whatsoever. But even if you do put Uno at quarterback, I still think defensively, Motor City Rams are superior in that aspect. You still didn't score an offensive touchdown. I know I had them winning by 21, but if you think about it, if you just think about it a little bit, your offense didn't score. You scored points on special teams. If they tackle on special teams, do you lose by 21? I think you do. So I wasn't crazy. Some things happened on special teams. Corey Dalton showed up, hell of a player. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never too far off from what I said. So I do think that it'll be a rematch of last year's championship, which I know for a fact is going to be a huge turnout for everybody there. I see we got Girls Love CJ says Rams versus Bison. Hey, that'd be a huge upset if the Bison can, pull together, because they were blazing at the beginning of the season. And like Brian said, weren't able to play some close games. Weren't able to play some games at the end due to forfeits and that nature. So I would love to see them play a better game against Detroit. That last week in the last week of play, I don't think everybody showed up. I'll keep it 100. I don't think they traveled well. So I think that's why the score reflected that. But I'm looking for them to play better. I'm looking for them to show up that team that was in the beginning of the season.
definitely,
Well, Archie, go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna say definitely. They probably, like you said, I think for this game they will travel deep. The Bison, since they travel deep to Florida, so I would think that they would consider this game just like a Florida game. You're trying to get to the championship, so hopefully all the players that are part of that team want to be there at that game this coming week and make the trip to support their team and to do their part. And I think it's a different game if they travel well and they have your full offensive line and their full defensive squad. I think it's going to be a closer game if that happens. If they can't get players to travel, then it's probably going to be a repeat of last week versus the.
All right, we got some late bloomers here, Brian. So we got to recap what we just said. So the reason why Racine is number 4 is because they didn't score enough points. This is a point-based league. Okay, you can go look at all of the Indy Bison's points and scores. You can go look at all of Racine's scores. You take the points scored minus the points allowed, and you get a point differential. Okay, Indy, it was
standard
very, very close.
Stats.
Yeah, it was very, very close. Indy edged them by 1 single point. Now, if like I know, you've been looking at the Racine's scores, they've had some low scoring games. The Phoenix Outlaws, other games like that, they've been low scoring. In the beginning of the season, Indy Bison were blowing the doors off of everything. Okay, so it came down to listen, and I not only did Brian do the math, I did the math.
If you guys want
Duncan
to
did
do
the
the math,
math.
check it out. Everything
You can all do the math.
Yeah, I mean,
But
score
it
more.
is
We've
what
been
it
telling
is.
you guys that all season, Vaughn. I understand that you're saying fuck all that, but you guys don't play the Ravens. How are they going to die? You play the Rams. So
Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is.
not our
We
fault you
tell-
didn't score more points. You know, that's on you guys.
We say it all the time, score more. This is why we say that. This is exactly why, because when it comes down to the end of the season and it comes down to the playoff ranking, it goes by the point differential. Now, if the point differential was tied, then yes, the Racing did beat the Bison, so the Racing would have got the 3 seed instead of the 4. But hey, you missed it by 1 point.
Ravens bitches, and they scared. Scared of who? You guys don't even play them. Like, how they scared of you if you're not playing them? Well, whatever.
I mean, they did play, and you lost. So there's that.
Is Vaughn on the Rams or is he on Racine? I'm
not sure.
On the Rams?
I'm not sure.
What team are you on? Before I start.
Oh, he said you're talking to the Rams. Oh, okay. So
okay.
I think Vaughn is on the Rams.
Oh, okay. Then you say what you want, sir.
Oh.
I thought he was on Racine because he was like sounded like he was mad and about
you know how much the Rams and the Ravens don't like each other. So we're just gonna let that go. Vaughn just like Belton just said, hey man, chill out. Go take a timeout. You'll see him if you win.
Archie, when head to head, Archie's asking, it doesn't mean anything match up to head to head. No, unless the point differential was tied, then it would go to head to head. So it's record, point differential, and then head to head. That's how the league that's how the league does wins and losses and how we rank the teams in the playoffs. And to answer Charles, we love the Ohio Broncos, but unfortunately during the season for the PFA, we don't talk about other teams unless they're playing a PFA team. Jimmy knows that. We love Jimmy's our friend of the show. We always have him on anytime, but we just don't talk about other leagues during the season because we're strictly for the PFA during the season. Now, off season, preseason, we promote the leagues or whatever we talk about other leagues and other teams and stuff. So that's the reason why we don't mention the Broncos. But I do know that they did win that game this last weekend. So congratulations to Jimmy and those guys from that team. Let's see, trying to catch up.
Corey, you are correct. They did have forfeits. And honestly, to tell you the truth, that actually hurt them more than helped them because it actually helped Racine get closer because they had lower scoring games. If that makes sense. Because Indy was scoring 40 plus points when they were playing unless they lost. So you know what I mean? So it's like the forfeits really didn't help Indy. It helped Racine get closer to them.
What didn't help Racine was blowing that 17-point lead and losing the game. That's what didn't help them. If they would have kept that lead and beat the Rams, they would be number 3 right now. And to answer Honcho's question, you guys did start out number 1 preseason, and then when the season started, those 4 teams were undefeated, and I think the Bison were number 1 for first a couple of weeks because they had scored a lot of points, and you guys had those first couple of games that were a forfeit the second week, and then you had the Midwest Renegades. It was 9-6 or 12-9 or whatever. So that was a low scoring game. So it still goes. So everybody, 4 teams had the same record. So then you went to points. So you guys did start the season at number 1 because you were the defending champs, and then it starts changing once the season starts. If that helps my explanation answer that question, I hope.
Listen, guys, we understand they have forfeits. Nobody wanted a forfeit. Games were scheduled. It is not our fault that the teams literally days before backed out of those games. Okay? It's not our fault. It's not their fault. They were ready to play a game, It is what it is.
Archie, you guys were ranked number 1 in preseason polls. I don't have the graphics anymore up, but
Archie, yeah, you definitely was ranked number 1. We put the
you were
champ at
number
the
1
top.
at week 1 too. Starting week 1 going into week 1, you guys are number 1.
And then y'all didn't score no points, but y'all played hella defense. I kept telling y'all to score points, and finally, like by week 4, y'all scored hella points, and now you are where you are. So that just
Toriano is asking why a forfeit is 21 and not 2. That's the way the commissioner decided to count the forfeits for 21 points, not 2. Some leagues do 2.
And
some leagues
just
do
not even the
30.
commissioner. That is what the bylaw in the league, which your owners voted on and said is okay. So the owners that are in the league, because it's in the bylaws that we vote on every year, said that a 21-0 is a forfeit. There you have it.
All right, let's change the subject.
Takari, I'm with you, Takari. Thank you.
Next topic. We're going to listen to Takari's a smart man, so we're going to listen to him.
Very smart man.
So, as always, I will go into my preface that
big preface
these awards are based off stats. So, for some reason you feel jaded, we apologize now. We strictly go off the stats, and we try to get the best players for each position. If your position is wrong, I have it what is listed on the website from the rosters that your owners turned into me. So don't kill the messenger. We're just trying to do good by you guys. So are we perfect?
Before you go,
no.
I will say this too. Just because you might not be picked the best at your position, okay, it's because your stats this year weren't better than the person at your position. Doesn't mean you're not the best player at that position. Okay, all pro teams still have to come out. I will reiterate this. Just because you don't have the stats doesn't mean you aren't the best player at your position. We are giving these awards based on stats. Okay? So that doesn't mean that you won't make all pro. Okay? That just means that this year your stats weren't as good as somebody else's at your position. That's all it means. Okay? Don't take it to heart.
And it's the stats that your coaches, owners, whoever turns the stats in to us, that's what I have. That's what I put on. And as always, we do this for you guys to try to give you some spotlight. But like I said, are we perfect? No, we're not going to be perfect every time. We try to. Hi, Miss Francis. We try to pick the best. And also, just so everybody knows, they will have physical awards this year. I've been trying to get these announced so I can go back and I can get our order in and we can get them made and sent to me. And then I will get those sent to your owners or individually. But once this is announced, I'll work on that this week and sometime this week or next week and get those sent in so we can get those ordered for you guys. So you actually have something physical this year and not just a graphic. So with that being said, let's see. Where's it at? Oh, that's not really what I wanted, but never mind. I'm trying to do a drum roll, but my sound effects bank is not very good on this. All right. We're going to start out with the 2025 3A most valuable player. Chris, you want to preview this and talk and announce it?
Now, this was a hard thing to actually come by. All right. The MVP is the most valuable player, a person that without this person on your team, quite frankly, wouldn't be who you are as a team, wouldn't be where you are. And he is the motor to what you do. And this was very hard for me and Brian to come to this decision, but this person definitely deserves it. It was a person that we had our eye on all year, especially when it came to stats. And is a person that his story of coming back off an injury, ACL, doing his thing, leading his team to be the #1 team in the PFA. And not only did this man do that, but he did it in style and he went viral doing it. But one of the best plays we've seen all season, your 3A MVP, no doubt, is my man Future.
Congratulations, Future. Well earned. And Honcho, sorry Takari didn't get the MVP, but Future got it. So
still around. Still around.
Next,
but I felt like Future really deserved it. Like I said, his story coming off that injury he had last year, he wasn't able to play. Everything kind of started slow this year for him, but he was able to get things back on track with the offense for the Motor City Rams. And quite honestly, they wouldn't be sitting in first place and undefeated if it wasn't for, some of the things that he did on the field. Like I said, he has one by far the best play at Pro Divestment Sports all year. The behind the back pass to CJ, almost scoring for a touchdown, is incredible. Got picked up by CBS, got picked up by other sports outlets. So he was well deserved of this award. So shout out to Future and congratulations, man.
The next award is the Offensive Player of the Year. This was another one. This was a hard one also because it kind of coincides with the MVP. So, we had several guys that were right neck and neck throughout the whole year. A couple dropped off, and then there was just a couple left at the top of that pile. So, we had to give this one to Torrance Webster from the Ravens because his yards were a little bit more than Future, but I mean it was a tough call. I mean, he was the MVP from last year, and he definitely went out there and showed why he was the MVP last year. But we're going to give him the Offensive Player of the Year.
Hey, can't say enough about Torrance Webster. Like we said, it was a toss up. Between both these quarterbacks. I'm glad to have both these quarterbacks in our league to even have an argument about who wins what award. You know what I'm saying? They both played at an exceptional high rate, and offensively, he did have the better stats, and so that's why he will be the 3A Offensive Player of the Year. Shout out to Torrance Webster. I see all the Rams in the chat. It's crazy. Calm down. No Ravens here. Can we get some Ravens in here for some love?
You guys are getting plenty of love from the award. Just trust me. So next award we have the Defensive Player of the Year. Again, I looked at the stats for these, and I went through and picked out the ones that I chose, and Chris agreed with me on these, and I see him all the stats for all the players that I picked. I went through all the stats and looked at the top players for each position, and just top player overall. And for Defensive Player of the Year, we had to give that to Takari Johnson. He had 19 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 3 touchdowns. I mean, there was really no other one close to those stats to be the Defensive Player of the Year. So congratulations to Takari. I don't know if he's in here. He's always in here. So we tried to get him on the show, but he always gracefully declines because it's during the season. So I'm hoping he's focused on the game, not Love Island, because I know he's a Love Island fan. I saw it on his page. No judging, Takari, no judging.
Nah, but definitely well deserved. Not gonna lie. 40 tackles. First of all, let's start with the 19 sacks. Let's start there. Okay, 19 sacks is crazy. You almost hit 20. I got to look at some of the PFA records. That might be a record, having 19 sacks in one season at any position. And the 5 forced fumbles, I mean, you filled the stat board like you were LeBron James. All right. You filled it up. There was no denying that you were a unanimous option for the Defensive Player of the Year. So hats off to you, Takari. Well deserved, my man. Keep balling.
And I'm not sure if those are old pictures, but that's all I can find, man. You need some better football pictures on your page. I can't steal them if I don't see them. But on to the next one. Go ahead, Chris.
Now, the GM of the Year. We give this award to a GM who is steadfast when it comes to us needing things here as a front office, us needing things like stats and rosters and other things like that, and gets it to us on a time, sometimes even in the middle of the night, and hits us up, and we don't even ask for things. They just automatically do things that we need, and we appreciate them making our job here in the front office a lot easier, and they represent themselves and their teams as in a great high standard. And this year's 3A GM of the Year is going to go to Racine's Jeff Schick. Congratulations, Jeff. You did a hell of a job this year running your organization and helping us at the PFA do what we do best, and that's promoting your team. You always came through, especially with the stats. Like, as soon as midnight dropped, they were there, highlights, everything of that nature. So we definitely appreciate you, Jeff, for everything that you did this season.
Definitely all the GMs for the 3A teams are great, but Jeff definitely went above and beyond for myself and Chris for whatever we needed. So we appreciate that. And I don't see Jeff on here, so I'm sure he'll hear about this. Gary's in the chat, and somebody else from the Raiders are in the chat, so I'm sure that he'll get that news in here in a little bit. Running back of the year. So this was another one, like the running backs this year didn't have a ton of stats to go off of, but they had great years. So no knock to that. And it was a tough call. To be honest, it was a tough call to decide who was going to get the running back of the year, but we had to go with the one that had the most yardage, the most, touchdowns and stuff like that. Oh, where'd it go? Shit. Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh, there we go. So the running back of the year is going to go to Kevin Mahone of the Rams. He had 459 yards, 60 rushes, 3 touchdowns. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm sure that those yards that he got for his team when it mattered. So congratulations, Kevin, on running back.
The thing about it is a lot of teams play running back by committee. So I know we're expecting the running back to have like almost 1,000 yards, but for him to be capable of doing what he did this season, you gotta tip your hat off to him. Especially with running backs like Speedy from Ravens, the running back from I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. The running back from the Bills, he had a good start of the season. Also,
you got Corey Bridges from the Bison.
Yeah, so for him to be able to accumulate those yards, hats off to him. He deserved it. Again, stat based, man. He stuffed the stat sheet when it came to yards, and he moved the chain. So hats off to him and winning running back of the year.
This next award, it's always a hard award. I try to get you guys, the coaches and the owners, to track offensive line stats this year. Only a few did, but so it's kind of hard. This is
a favorite award of mine. Linemen. This is a favorite award of mine because I was an offensive lineman, and I want to give offensive linemen their due. And this person, I know it might seem crazy. I know they're gonna be like, Chris, man, what are you talking about? But I watched this young man all year because it was brought to my attention last year that I really wasn't watching him that well. He's an undersized lineman, but when I say he's a dog, when it comes to putting people down, he's a dog when it comes to that. And I can't help but love him for that. So from the Rams, huge shout out to my man Torian Belton for being the offensive lineman of the year.
And Honcho, you're correct. You called it, Torian Belton. We didn't have the stats for him, but he obviously made an impression. So we had to give it to him, offensive lineman of the year. Congratulations, Torian. I don't know if you're in the chat or watching the show, but we'll get you that award when it comes in. Let's see. Wide receiver of the year. Again, it goes off stats, and there were several wide receivers that were top of the food chain. So, we had to give this one to AJ Smith of the Ravens. He had a heck of a first half of the season. Was always seeing his name on stats and stuff like that. So, congratulations, AJ Smith, wide receiver of the year from Detroit Ravens.
Hey, Buddy had a hell of a year. I'm not even going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? He had a couple of games where he dominated by himself, like totally for the Ravens offense. So I'm not surprised at this name. Another name that comes to mind just didn't get stat wise was also CJ from the Rams, but definitely had to give AJ Smith the edge on that just based off of the yards and receptions just alone. So shout out to him.
Takari, what the heck are you talking about? That jersey, that white jersey, too big in that picture. The only pictures I could find, man. I can't message you guys and say, "Hey, I need some pictures because you're winning awards."
Yeah, it's a surprise, man. Surprise.
Yeah. Kick returner of the year. I feel like kick returners weren't used a whole lot this season for some reason, based off what I saw for the stats. So I had to go with what I could find, and the kick returner of the year goes to Corey Dalton of the Racine Raiders. He did have that one return touchdown a couple weeks ago. So that's what stuck out of my mind because I hadn't really seen many return touchdowns this year or heard of them. So congratulations, Corey Dalton, Racine Raiders, 3A kick returner of the year.
Hey, Buddy did his thing, man. Buddy did his thing. There's no denying that he definitely was a problem for people to kick to. Like you said, he had the touchdown last week. The yards speak for themselves. On kick return and punt return, he set his offense up in great position every single time he touched the ball. So, hats off to him. He did a hell of a job for Racine this year, and he's definitely a problem when he's back there, back there catching the ball. So, shout out to Corey Dalton for winning the kick returner of the year award.
All right, you want to do this linebacker of the year, Chris?
Hey, I know this is definitely another hard one. And we had to literally, and I do mean literally, go off of stats. Okay? Definitely had to go off of stats. All right. But when I say that the name is to be expected, he's not bashful, he's not shy. You played against him, everybody's played against him. They know what he brings to the table when he steps on the field at linebacker. His team knows what he does when he steps on the field at linebacker, and he's a monster when he's out there on that field. So the linebacker of the year award goes to none other than Racine's Gary Young.
Congratulations! I know Gary's he was in the chat, so I don't know if he's still in there watching the show. But 69 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 2 touchdowns. I mean, he was right up there for Defensive Player of the Year. The only thing that was a difference maker was that Takari had those 19 sacks. So the tackles were close. I mean, so like it's kind of hard for Chris and I to give these awards out because sometimes it's definitely we have to decide on stuff because it's close. That's why we do the stats. That's why we try to take it seriously when we announce these and we pick the winners because this is who we feel has the best stats and from just seeing them play all year. So congratulations, Gary. If you're in the chat still, and Vaughn, DB of the year, definitely all these were tough. Definitely DB. Definitely.
Yeah, DB definitely was a tough one. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Definitely was a tough one.
3A defensive tackle of the year. I can't remember who it is now because I can't see I don't have more my full monitors hooked up.
Well,
I only
the
got
3A.
one.
Oh, there goes Gary. The 3A defensive tackle of the year also, is a given. Was also the defensive player of the year, and that again goes to my man Takari Johnson of the Motor City Rams. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And the reason why we do that is because if you're winning defensive player of the year, you're going to win whatever position that is of the year. So if we would have gave somebody else defensive tackle of the year, you guys would have put us on a stick and burned us on the stake or something. So congratulations to Takari again on your award. That's 2 for you tonight. And your Rams are cleaning up, man. Rams are cleaning up on the awards.
Listen, stats matter, man. Stats matter. Stats
No.
matter.
Thank you to all the players who got the stats, but thank you for the people that turned into stats. So Rams, you need to be thanking Newsom for turning those stats in every week to me, so I can get them up and track them. But for most part, this year was definitely the best year of getting stats turned in. So
like I said, and Vaughn, like I said, don't think we're not missing out on other people's names. We still got all pro teams to be selected. You know, a lot of things going to that too. So, stats are going to hold these awards true, but still other awards, like all pros, that other people are going, to be recognized at that time. So, don't worry.
All right, Chris, go ahead.
Defensive End of the Year award. Listen, this dude was a beast. Played excellent at the edge and on the edge. He's who I would want to be as my defensive end if I had a team. I do believe. I'm trying to remember. I do believe that this is the right one. He definitely hails from the number 1 defense in the league yet again, cleaning up like it's the Oscars. At defensive end, player of the year goes to none other than. Go ahead, B.
Cortez Tipton. Yeah, it was Cortez.
I thought it was another round.
No, not for defensive end.
Hey, you see how I spoiled them like that? They was ready. They was ready for
it. Chris has got you guys spoiled.
I had to mess with him a little bit, bro. I had to mess with him a little bit because they've been winning all the awards. No, I goes to Cortez Tipton, man.
We don't want to
go to Cortez Tipton. He definitely has.
I don't see no Ravens. I don't see no Ravens in here showing them sticking up for themselves.
Hey, the Rams said the Ravens don't support each other. I'm starting to believe that. Here we go. Romeo Perry said, "No way. I have 14.5 sacks."
I have whatever you have. Hang on, let me tell you if I can find it.
We're gonna look right now, Roman. We're gonna look right now.
And you got to remember, Romeo, the last game you guys had in Week 10, there was no film, so I didn't get stats from that game
at all.
And then you had 2 forfeit games where you guys didn't play. There was no stats for that game
at all.
I even asked your team where my stats were, and I was told
Takari, they got you down at defensive tackle on the roster. That's why you got the DT. They got you down at defensive tackle on the roster. So that's a clerical error on your organizations. They got you at DT, bro. They got you at DT.
Hang on, I'm still trying to pull it up. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to go.
Yeah, that's what they got you down as. So I thought you played defensive end, not gonna lie, but then we checked the roster and that's what they got you down at.
Just so people can see it. You see, Romeo, you're number 3 in sacks. You had 13.5. That's what I have you as. And I know we've talked about it, and that's what you might have 14.5 sacks, but these are only for regular season. So the 14.5 may have came from, So the 14.5 was preseason or MFOC or whatever. That's where that extra sack came from. So the stats for the awards only are stats for the regular season because some teams play preseason games, some don't.
And then it's not only just the sacks, bro. You got to look at tackles and other things of that nature. So again, I tell you, don't hang your hat, sir. Don't hang your hat. There are more awards.
We don't want them purple people crying. Takari.
There are more awards to go around.
All right. Now I'm trying to get back on track, and I remember who Safety of the Year is. But Safety of the Year goes to none other than Jose Morris, who I didn't have a picture, from the Detroit Ravens.
Hey Romeo, it's okay, bro. Self knowledge is the best knowledge, brother. It is.
Hey, Romeo, I made sure that I got a hold of your front office to get the stats for Week 10 because you were neck and neck with those stats, defensive stats, especially for sacks. So, like I said, I did my due justice, and I was disappointed when I found out there was no film, no stats for that last Week 10 game.
I told y'all safety and then cornerback was going to be two of the hardest ones y'all not going to like. Y'all was not going to like them because they was based off of stats, not playability, not they don't throw to your side because you cold as hell. Purely based no, seriously, purely based off of stats, okay? Again, all pro to me as a player, these awards, that means that this person had a great year. He might not have a great year next year, but it might be somebody else's. What means most to me when I was a player was making all pro. That's what made more to me, was making the all pro team. Because that's when you know you're with,
what the hell?
Yeah, you're with the best of the best. Winning my position year award every year, hey, sometimes the ball might not roll my way, but I want to make all pro. Okay, fellas. So let's focus in on that.
All right. Let's tune it down a little bit to an award that none of you guys can be mad about.
You can't be mad about this.
Kicker is the unsung, forgotten hero of the football team. We all know this. So let's switch gears and not think about ourselves as much and give some love to the special teams kicker and punter. How about we do that? Several kickers from every team in the 3A has good kickers. This kicker just shined because their extra points were almost flawless, and they hit a couple of long distance field goals outside the 30. So,
hey, Archie, if we got stats wrong, it's because we got them from y'all. So, who's to blame here on that one? All right, never mind.
Philip Shaver, kicker of sorry, that says safety of the year. My bad. Kicker of the year from the Detroit Ravens.
Hey, I'm just glad we had a nice, amount of kickers to actually give the last year we only had one. This year, every team had a kicker. It was really close. My man from the Detroit Ravens, Phillip, was able to pull it out, hit some timely kicks, and was accurate when needed to be accurate. So shout out to him for winning the kicker of the year, man. I'm glad we're able to give out awards like this.
Hey, I don't make up the stats, and we have no proof what the stats really are. We just report them as they're given to us, man. I'm not there taking stats at every game. And that's not really my job. My job is to enter the stats as I see them. The Racine kicker was good, but according from the stats that I got, his kicking stats weren't as good.
Hey, listen, Bond, I'm not saying that Buddy from Racine didn't kick y'all into some victories. Not saying he didn't make some time to kick.
Excellent kicker. Excellent kicker.
I'm not saying he's not an excellent kicker. All I'm saying is this year, these numbers were better than his. Again, folks, it happens sometimes.
Hey,
it happens.
He's not left out. His punting stats were awesome. So,
right.
Brady Wodak of the Racine Raiders, punter of the year. Those are his punting stats were a lot better than his kicking stats. His kicking stats for the first 4 games, he was knocking out 40-something yard field goals. I seen one on the game when I was watching it, and I was like, holy crap.
Torres said Racine got a lot of kick spots.
And, they switched up their kickers in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I ain't gonna lie.
Honcho, we do give out all pro teams. We just do it after the championship. There will be 3 all pro teams. First, second, and third, just like the NFL does. That's what I'm saying. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
You guys killing us, man.
Listen, to these position awards. They're merely based off of stats. Guy might have had more tackles than you. Okay, but that doesn't take away from your greatness, man. We trust me. We have been watching. We know. All right? We know. A Pro Bowl.
That means
They mean like an All-Star game, Kev.
Shit.
We are trying to we are in the talks right now. I don't know how the talks are going, but we were in the talks with Grindhard to do All-Star game with Grindhard versus Trinity Trifecta.
And I had an idea about that, Chris.
Yeah.
We talked to the boss. If that happens, then we can coach a flag game versus 7-on-7 versus that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And trust me, if we do have a Trinity Trifecta versus Grindhard, we're going to do live drafting on the rundown. We're going to have a live draft on the rundown if that does go down. So bear with us. Bear with us. We definitely
better yet, you could coach the Trinity Trifecta team.
Navarre, I know y'all wear Savage, but Savage ain't hollered at us. You feel what I'm saying? See, he ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't hollered at us. And I like what he do for y'all, because I definitely like the ice codes. But Savage Sports, I'm just saying.
Hey, where's Coach? Is it Coach Kev from the Rams?
Yeah, Coach Kev.
We're still waiting on our Rams gear. All right, quarterback of the year. Go ahead, Chris.
Archie said we ain't doing nothing. Hey, again, don't let this bring you down, okay? And Kev, this is especially to you, all right? We played your highlight film in the beginning of the show because I wanted to highlight you. You definitely are one of the best DBs, okay, in the league. But unfortunately, you did not win this year's 3A Cornerback of the Year award. Why? Because people were scared to throw to your side, man. So they didn't give you no time to get tackles and to get interceptions. They respect you that much. All right. So don't be mad about who won this award. And the winner for the Cornerback of the Year goes to none other than Demetrius Jester of the Detroit Ravens. Listen, here it goes.
Players are killing me, man.
Hey, again, I see Kev. I knew it. But again, Kev, you got to take that as a compliment. Nobody throws to your side because they already know.
If no one throws to your side, you can't get interceptions. You can't get touchdowns.
These are based on stats, my man. Stats. Okay,
Miss Francis, I won't be at the game this weekend. I don't think, but I will be at the championship game. So
we'll be at the championship game, Miss Francis, and I already have you guys there. So I will see you at the championship game. I have family things I got to do this weekend that we're already playing like before the season started, but I will see you. This is me telling you that I'm going to see you at the championship game. Please have me some fresh wings. I like wings. I heard y'all got them. Please have me some wings. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing my family too, my daughter, my son, my girlfriend. So I'm bringing the whole gang with me to the championship game. I'm booking my hotel room right now. Okay.
Jordan, it's only 30 viewers. I'm not sure where everybody's at. And Jordan, look at the website. All the stats from all the games are on the website. So that's where you can find stats.
Yeah, you can check out the stats. They're all there. Hey, Kev, look at the stats, bro. This is what was sent to us. I can't go to your games. I can't do your stats for you. We had a particular person from your team send us stats. This is what they sent us, sir.
DeAndre, we'll do 2A All-Pro the same time we do
the same time. Yeah. We do them all at the same time. Itching. Yeah, they itching for that.
All the stats are on the website that are reported to me. If you guys keep track of them during the year and you see something like, for instance,
Rory says, "Show us the screen again."
Man, hang on.
I got you, Miss Francis. I got you. I'm bringing everybody with me.
I'm not technical. I only got one screen set up right now because if I hook up more than one monitor to my house, the power will surge and everything will go blank. All right. Here we go. Share my screen with you guys. Right there. Total tackles, top 1. Sacks, top 1. Forced fumbles.
Girls loves it. He said, and I got a forced fumble. Hey, man. I'm just
Maybe
telling you
your
what,
position
as a player,
is
what would
wrong.
mean better than me.
Like I said,
Archie,
we're not perfect
listen,
at
Archie,
this.
you're proving my point. You're proving my point. We base these awards off of stats. We didn't say we based all pro teams off of. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is it sinking in? Is it sinking in to you, my man? Let it resonate. Okay. You wouldn't
You can
have
Archie. You
stats
can
like that. You know
also
why? Because that means they respect you enough not even to throw over there. That's
and
all pro status. You see, work with me here.
this ain't just for Archie, but you can ask for your stats from your coaches and then compare them to what is entered each week. And if there's an issue, you can always message me and I will go back and I will fix it. I don't know if there's an error, and you may say you may only got 1 sack and you had 5 sacks because the person taking the stats off the film or whatever, however they take the stats, So Jerry, fuck it, he got 10 touchdowns somehow. You guys are silly. Even though you guys are complaining and giving us shit, we still love you guys. We're going to keep doing these awards. Oh, shit. Out of the kindness of our heart, because we like you guys, and we try to make you guys happy, but we're not going to please all of you.
Kev, stats. I just said it. The stats.
All right. On to something else. Till the end of the year. Let's see how many people will tell us we're wrong
I already knew what Ram was going to say this. If Jerry win it. Nope. Jerry didn't win this year, buddy. There's a new tight end in town.
Oh, trust me.
I can't pronounce his last name, but he's
Alex
from
Rolinsky, also
he's
known
from
as
Racine.
Alex Bubba Rolinsky.
Hey, that is the funniest thing. They really thought we was gonna say.
Leave Jerry alone, man. Leave Jerry alone.
They thought we was gonna say Jerry again.
All
No,
right.
Jerry's not winning it this year. Now
right.
this
Year.
was not a hard one. I mean, it was. I'm not gonna lie. It was, but it wasn't. Because at the end of the day, you got to go with the person who basically, let's put it like this. The man led his team to an undefeated season. He led his team to a first place in a league full of dogs. He is now looking to be in back-to-back championships. And he's beaten teams. He's beaten the Ravens 2 times in the calendar year. Even though my man won it last year for being the underdog, my man is going to win it again for still being on top. And the 3A Coach of the Year goes to none other than Motor City Rams, Coach Granger. Coach Granger, you're doing a hell of a job.
Rams, you're welcome. All right. Let's get these over with before we get lynched somehow, Chris, because I feel like they're tracking us right now. 3A Franchise of the Year.
Yeah.
I will take the heat on this one, Chris, because you've been getting punished quite a bit for the last couple months. So I'll take the heat on this one. Again, Franchise of the Year. When I look at the Franchise of the Year, I look at somebody who was on the ball, got their rosters turned in on time, got their whatever on time, their stats turned on time. And I know Rams, you're going to hate me for this, but that's okay. Racine Raiders, 3A Franchise of the Year.
You got to give it to Racine. The things they do as far as the media outlet and those certain things, and the hospitality that they do show the teams that come all the way to Wisconsin to play them. So shout out to Racine for being the 3A Franchise of the Year. Moving along.
All right. So we came up with this award, or more was my idea, so this may have been a bad idea. I don't know. It worked pretty well for the 2A, except for one guy who didn't want it. Well, I probably won't even send him his award. I'll just hang it on my wall. So 12th Man Award for Racine Raiders, we're going to give that to Arian Ivy. Every time I watched the Racine game, his name was always called out by the announcer. Out there with Gary Young, Gary Young won the big award, but Arian Ivy was pretty close in to that. So we're going to give him the 2025 Racine Raiders 12th Man Award from the rundown.
Congratulations, sir.
All right, you want to do this one?
Man,
Honcho, you're gonna hate. Honcho's gonna hate us because
I can't remember who we picked for this one.
Man,
12th Man Award for the Detroit Ravens is going to go to none other than
Delvon Wells.
Mr. Delvin Wells did a hell of a job this year for his team. Did a hell of a job. I know he actually plays both sides of the ball, I do believe. So did a hell of a job doing what he did. So keeping his team on track and basically being a man that they can count on both sides of the ball. So shout out to Delvin Wells for being the Detroit Ravens 12th Man of the Year. Torian said, we not feeding. Moving on to the Motor City Rams, 12th Man of the Year. Actually, I might be getting him confused with somebody else. I thought he played both ways. Yeah, go ahead. I thought he played both ways.
Read your messenger. Read your messenger.
Oh. I got you. So yeah, I thought he played both ways. That's my bad. But yeah, definitely want to give it to Delvin Wells for being able to do that for his team and just being a glue guy. These 12th Man awards are awards that we give to a person that we feel that when we turn on the games, we hear their names more than often. The stats might not be the best of anything, but their team respects them. The team respects their play, and they get down when the time is right. They make a play when the plays need to be made. They kind of do everything right, follow the organization, and do things of that nature. Hey, Kev, that's who you think, either CJ or Key for the Rams? Now, when I say this name, are you going to boo him? Because it is a Ram. It is one of your teammates. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to feel about it. You know what I mean?
Hang on, I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm trying to fix it. Hang on.
Those are two. Don't get me wrong. Those are two great names that you picked out. Those are two great names that you picked out. Von's voting for CJ. I see Archie saying CJ. Every team got a 12th man. Don't get me wrong. Every team got a 12th man award. Every team got a 12th man award. every team. Oh, Jerry, he does play. I thought he does. Jerry, I thought he did play both ways. I knew I wasn't tripping. I thought he did play both ways.
All right, I'm almost got it fixed. Hang on.
David said Peppers. Dakari said Debo. Now, since I got all these Rams on here, I'm already going out on the limb saying I'm gonna see you on the championship game. Don't let me down. Okay? Don't let me down. All right. You're playing the team twice. I know it's hard to beat them twice, but let's lock in. All right. Let's lock in. You can do something that honestly no other team has done that I've known to do in a calendar year, and that's beat Racine 2 times in a row.
All right.
Let's lock in.
We're not to the Rams 12th man yet. The Bills are next.
The Bills are next? Okay. Now, this 12th man for the Bills, he is the Bills. He is the glue that keeps the Bills together, but he also can put up the play to back up his talk.
My bad. No. Damn it. All right. There we go.
He also can put up the play to back his talk and none other. It's an honor to give him this award because he works hard. He's a Bill through and through. And the 12th Man Award goes to Mr. Mikey Anderson.
And I haven't seen Mikey in the chat or anything, so kind of sad that he's not in here. Let's see.
Mikey did a hell of a job.
He only got 12. That's not nice.
Von crazy. Von crazy. But he did a hell of a job trying to keep his franchise, keep his organization together, and he's going to continue to keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Moving into next year. So definitely, hats off to him and what he's doing. And my man can back it up on the field. You know what I'm saying? He played for an undersized defensive end or middle linebacker. Mikey plays hard. So, you can always have a shout out to Champ. Hey, everybody said Mikey the only Bill left. That's why he won, CJ.
If he's the only one, at least they're still hanging in there. You may only have one player, but next up, the 2025 3A 12th Man Award for the Indy Bison. This player, a lot of defensive players for this award, and this one's not any different. Like I said earlier, he was right up there with sacks and everything like that. So I really feel like he was on the heels of being one of those top defensive players. None other than Mr. Romeo Perry Jr. of the Indy Bison gets the 12th Man Award for the 2025 from the Rundown.
Congratulations, Mr. Perry. Your work efforts do not go unnoticed.
Now,
so
there's a lot of players on the Rams that could have got the 12th Man Award.
Right. Some people said CJ. Some people said Kev. Some people said, 5. Some people had a lot of names. But the loudest one in this chat right now, who's been the loudest since we started,
and giving us the most crap,
telling
giving us
that
the
his
most
work
crap
his work efforts do not go unnoticed. We do see him, and we recognize his skill set. The 12th man for the Rams is none other than Kev Honcho. Congratulations, Kev. Congratulations, Honcho.
And sorry, the sacks thing, I couldn't get it to erase. That's why I was having issues. But congratulations, Kev. We didn't forget about you. Like I said, there was several players from every team that could have got the 12th Man Award.
But we chose you, sir. And again, we also chose on this episode, like I told you earlier, to highlight your highlights at the beginning of the show. So, Kev, we see you, my guy. We see you. All right?
I think that's it.
Hey, Ket, now he said,
y'all ain't clapping. Oh, hang on.
I'm dead. I'm dead with him.
We appreciate you.
Hey, congratulations to all the winners and all the people who, who played this season. Again, all pro teams will be coming out after the championship game for 3A and 2A. Don't worry, they are coming out. There will be some names that you are used to seeing. But again, these awards are merely just based on the stats that we get from the teams that we record throughout the season. We don't count playoffs, just the season and only regular season games. So kudos to everybody. Awards are being ordered. They will be sent out. And we appreciate you guys playing your butts off for the PFA this year. We do this for you guys. We want to give you guys awards. We want to represent you guys and show you guys some love. So, hey, if you didn't see your name for this award this year, hey, do your thing in the off season. Get your stats up next season. Hey, track your own stats and compare them to what's been seen into us. Like Brian said, we don't have a problem of making sure things are right. We want to make sure everybody gets a fair shot. We're not trying to cheat nobody out over here if you're putting in the work. All right.
So Mario, it'll be our last couple shows for the season, and then we always come back during Christmas and nationals and stuff like that. But
Navarro feels it too, man. Yeah, these are the last ones, brother. These are the last ones. We
We're gonna
literally
make it
got
to the
2
big
more episodes
50.
left.
And the last episode of the season will be Big 5-0. So that's going to be probably a pretty big show. Hopefully, we'll get some guests on here. And I know we didn't do as much of the extra point as we should have, but with my move, it kind of screwed up the way things were going. So hopefully next year will be better. F Jerry. That's not nice, man. Why you guys don't like Jerry for?
But no,
Jerry's
seriously,
a motivational speaker.
We appreciate you guys that even able to say that we actually are going to hit 50 episodes. You know what I mean? To be able to hit 50 episodes with you guys, be able to create this platform for you guys, powered by the PFA, for the players, by the players. We are ecstatic by everything that you guys, do for us and help us with. We appreciate you guys sitting in this stuff, talking to us in the chat. No, Honcho, we're not doing all pro until after the championship game. We're doing both 2A and 3A. We're going to have a big 50 episode show where we're going to announce the winners of all pro teams. We're going to have some old guests, some new guests to celebrate the big 5-0.
And Antoine, I never said I wasn't a believer. You guys accuse me of not being a believer and being biased and all that stuff. So I see the comments on Facebook. Don't think I'm not watching.
But for myself and Brian, man, that's going to do it for the show today. Again, congratulations to all the 3A award winners, and good luck this week in the semifinal games. Again, the Detroit Ravens take on the Indy Bison. The Rams take on the Racine Raiders. Winner takes all and goes to the championship games. That's going to be August 2nd. The rundown will be in the building, myself and Brian. Until then, you know what to do. Catch us if you can. We out.